Richard season, yo, we got the shit.
Richard Season Podcast here, and ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's happening, y'all? It's Rico from Street Scores. You can find me on Twitter, Street Scores ATL. You can find me on YouTube, Street Scores. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Oh yeah, for sure. Since this is the Richard Season Podcast, man, we gotta talk about where you at right now. You in the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
The Richard Season, we all about, going to different places, touching down, you know what I'm saying? I'm originally from DC. My co-host, he's originally from Philadelphia. And other members in the Richard Season Network, they're from other places around, around all over everywhere. So so that's why we call ourselves the Richard Season Network. You know what I'm saying? So that's where all that comes from. So basically, yeah, we got you here today so we could talk about the ATL Atlanta. So how long you been in Atlanta?
Since I was born in Maryland, and then that's how I'm a Birdie and Gold fan. Also, my mom probably would have made me one anyway, would have forced me to be one, no matter where I was born. But then I moved to Atlanta like sixth grade, and I've been here since. I lived in New York because I went to college in New York. So I lived in New York for like 5 years and came right back to Atlanta.
Yeah, so yeah, you lived everywhere. Then you came back to Atlanta. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a second. But
what part of Maryland? What part of Maryland?
I was born in Mitchellville State. So I was like Bowie, Largo, Mitchell,
Okay.
all of that type of stuff.
I was about to say, because I know some people around that way.
Yeah, my family, like everybody, my mom age and up, and kind of my older cousin, they're super DMV.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
yeah, but how was Atlanta when you first got there, coming from Maryland and all that? Did you coming straight to the South? How was that change for you?
Dramatic. Just off of cause when I came down here, I was wearing my socks high, and everybody was like, "Why are your socks so high?" And it was just a whole bunch of stuff. And then like go-go music to when I got here, it was first like the Lean With It, Rock With It, Laffy Taffy, Crunk.
Sure.
It was all of that going on, just starting. So with DJ Yola, with the I Ain't Gonna Let Up. I mean, it was just like everything at once. Going from wearing New Balance to down here, New Balance are non-existent. You basically might as well be wearing FUBU almost. It's like that's just the DMV thing only. Nobody else really rocking with that. So it was just a culture shock in a lot of different ways. Again, my mom and them are all DMV. They say Slim, all of that type of stuff. And then I was sort of Maryland, and when I came here, I just ended up becoming full-blown Atlanta from being here so long.
That's a fact. So so you say you was there from sixth grade all the way up. So when did you move out of Atlanta?
When I went to college. So after 12th grade, went to New York, and then lived in New York for about 5 years. Then moved back.
So I'm sure that was even busier, going from Atlanta to New York. So
that was on purpose though. I mean, I love Atlanta. And I die about it and argue anybody up and down. It's the greatest city ever. But it's just, I know a lot of people look at Atlanta like it's fast, but for somebody that loves New York, Atlanta is slow to me. Yeah. So, I mean, I know most places people look at me like when I say Atlanta is slow, they like, how? Like y'all got all the strip clubs, all the clubs, rappers, always something going on. But New York, I don't know. I just love that fast pace, everything accessible, everything open past 9 p.m. I love all of that. Oh yeah. Also, when we first came to Atlanta, that's when the New Orleans Katrina first started too. Yeah. And so that's when Atlanta was terrible crime wise. It got a little bit better, and now it's getting back terrible again, almost to the level it was when Katrina happened. So we went from Maryland, and I was pretty much chilling in Maryland. I was in a really nice area for the most part. And so then we came down here right when Katrina was going crazy. So that was crazy in itself too.
Right, to deal with that. Because the hurricane, that pretty much wiped out New Orleans, and basically everybody we moved to Atlanta.
Yeah, they was trying to take over blocks too. Right. I'm not sure if you seen the Young Thug interview, but he was talking about it. He was having to defend his block, shoot at people, because New Orleans people were just coming over this is ours now. We taking this, this is how we gonna make our money. We just gonna take it from y'all type of thing. And there was a few people that stood up like most notably Young Thug on the front lines, holding it down, making sure it wasn't gonna go like that.
Wow, that is interesting. Yeah, I mean, cause hold
That,
on, New Orleans to Atlanta, is that the? I guess that's the next biggest city to them. I'm I'm just trying to understand why people from New Orleans would go to Atlanta specifically.
I don't know, because I heard they went to Memphis. I heard a lot of them went to Houston, but it seemed like they didn't have as many problems in Houston. Whenever I asked people from Houston, like the whole Katrina thing, they seemed like it was fairly like they were chill there. Atlanta, for some reason, it just got hot.
I see now. I'm starting to see why New Orleans and Atlanta beef so much when it comes to sports now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would say, even though I'm not a part of it, but the Falcons and Saints beef is the closest thing to like a HBCU beef in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like it's just straight. Like it doesn't matter what's going on. Like it's not even just football. It's the colors. It's the accent, stadium, everything. It's a fight for everything. The little baby over young boy. I mean, it gets really specific the whole way down.
I heard. That's why I said that, because I was like, I always notice, like, anytime it's something New Orleans and Atlanta, it's rowdy. Like, it's not that normal type. It ain't that normal type. It's like, it's kind of gutter type. Yeah. I mean, like, what they got going on? Like, y'all beefing for real? I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me hearing it now. I'm like, okay, now it's starting to make sense.
Yeah,
Trina was crazy.
yeah. But let me tell you about I came to my first time coming to Atlanta was this past 4th of July, 4th of July weekend. We got a couple of homies down in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? So I had to go pull up
Do
on
you know
them.
what part?
We was in Stonebridge area.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where they stay at, out there in the where all those houses are at. One of my other homies, they stay like way deep inside Stonebridge, like seemed like he lived like in the forest somewhere. But yeah, that's that's where I was at. But yeah, the drive there was kind of brutal for me because I got stuck in traffic like around in the Columbus area. Like I was there probably for like maybe like an hour and a half, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Cause I would have gotten there, I would have got to Atlanta in like 6 hours, but when I ran into that traffic, that's when everything got brutal. But I like the city of Atlanta overall, especially on Saturday night. We was in downtown Atlanta. I was at the Canopy, I think that's what it was called, in Midtown Atlanta. We was there, and then yeah, I got a nice view of the whole city, and it was beautiful, man. It was a nice city, man. So
Appreciate it.
it was definitely worth the job for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely like Atlanta a lot, man. I just didn't like the traffic. That's the only
Oh,
thing.
it's the worst. It's the worst, man. It's other than LA, and then of course New York, because it's literally like a sheet of graphing paper. I mean, how do you move when everything is literally up, down, left, right? I would say Atlanta has the worst free traffic. First of all, we have the most inconsistent drivers because it's a commuter city. I mean, you even have me that moved here while I was young from Maryland. You got people from everywhere, New York, Cali, always moving here, thinking this is about to be the place where they start their new life. And it's just like a mix of every type of driver in one space. So that's why I-285 is the deadliest highway in America, because it's just like there's no set rules. You know, with New York, everybody tends to be aggressive and kind of quicker, faster. In most other country places, everybody's slow, but Atlanta's like this weird middle where everybody clashes. Florida people drive slow, and you got the New Yorkers cutting people off. You got Atlanta that don't know how to drive, period. It's just ugly. The traffic is terrible.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because as soon as I got on 85, it was standstill traffic. Like I couldn't move anywhere.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I was stuck there, man. I was like, goodness gracious, how do people even get around out here at all, man?
You don't. I stay Southwest Atlanta for the most part, unless I gotta go somewhere else.
Shoot. I'll do the same because I mean you can't go nowhere, so you gotta stay where you at because as soon as you go into the city, man, you basically stuck. You get off a exit somewhere. Then even then people driving like crazy around, because when I was driving around in Atlanta, like I was going down like this two-way street. I think it was like the speed limit was 40. Bro, it was like 4 or 5 cars that were going like 80 miles per hour, just going down the street. I was like, what in the world is going on?
There's certain places where police at, so you shouldn't speed. But for the most part, like Camp Creek near me, I mean, technically speed limit is 55. You can drive 100. Like and then if you're not driving 80, you're in the left lane. People are mad at you.
Right. Yeah, I definitely witnessed that. I definitely witnessed that around Atlanta. They will honk at you, and I felt like I was keeping up with the traffic. They still honking at me. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, nah. If it's 55 and you driving less than 80, move out the left lane at the very least.
I see you, because I was going like maybe 70 at the highest. They was still honking at me.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow. Like they don't care about traffic laws out here at all.
Clearly.
Taz, you got anything you want to ask Rico?
Y'all airport. Why y'all airport so busy, man? Like
as soon as she said the airport, I already knew.
Because I haven't had a chance to really plant feet and step in ATL, but I passed through the airport like 5 or 6 times. It hasn't been not one time the airport has not been packed, and then it took me like 35 minutes to get to my terminal. Like for real, like you gotta take a shuttle. Like the shuttles is different there. It's like the airport is like its own little city for real. Like
yeah, and one has Delta, one has everybody else. You can tell because Delta's like the pride and joy of Atlanta. So like even like the restaurants they put on that half usually are better. Like when you on that other half, it's like they just don't even care about you. You get the leftovers.
They got a Chili's. I know they got a Chili's. That's what threw me off. I had a layover. I was telling Sweezy I had a layover, and I was like, all right, I guess I might as well just step out and go. You know what I'm saying? Go in the city, go get me something to eat. I come out, I'm like, restaurant here, restaurants there, gift store here. I'm like, shoot, little cozy recliner chair here to get your sleep on next to the chart. I'm like, all right, okay. I guess I don't even need to leave the airport for real.
Yeah, you solid. Got a Qdoba's up there, everything. But yeah, I think statistically it's the world's busiest airport, especially a lot of connecting flights and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's where the busy comes from, and also it's the headquarters of Delta. So anything Delta, more than likely you're gonna end up coming through there anyway. And then again, commuter city. People from here act like it's not a commuter city. Like people act like they ain't never been past a certain street. But when you really move around Atlanta, you see that it's a lot of people from a lot of different places around the world too. And the airport is just a central hub for it all.
So that's why it's so huge. I was wondering why, because you gotta take shuttles to get to certain gates. That's wild within itself.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Las Vegas airport, but just like bigger and a little bit busier. But the structure is really similar because I'm kind of by way of Vegas a little bit too. That's why I'm like super West Coast when it comes to music. Like I like my Atlanta music, but I mean just after a while, like it's just like I get tired of it a little bit. Yeah. So I'm more West Coast generally when I'm listening to rap music. And that kind of comes from Vegas, and that's just also I just always grew up loving like LA style, like Jerry Curl, Hydraulics, all of that. I've always been like that's always been more of my thing, more than like the New York. I like Big L in them, but I've never been Bubble Jacket in the cold guy. I've always been Jerry Curl, with the top down, all that type, and DJ Quick. I've always been more of that. So, but yeah, the Atlanta airport is. If you've been to Vegas, it's like the same thing. It's just bigger. But to me, the worst airport ever is LaGuardia in New York because the terminals are literally different in like entirely different buildings. Like you have to go outside. So if it's cold, you're outside. You have to catch like a bus. It's a free shuttle, but you have to catch the bus to the next terminal. It's literally separate, complete buildings instead of one big building.
That's the word.
Train around.
Yeah.
That's the word.
It's horrible.
Yeah. That's why I'm not a big fan of flying. Period. If I could avoid flying, I would do it at all costs. Because I like dealing with airports whatsoever, man. I only flew on the airplane twice.
Atlanta airport is the reason why I drive everywhere now. That is the reason why I literally drive everywhere now. Because, like, no lie, like, I almost missed my plane twice, and I didn't even leave the airport, dog. I'm not playing. So I'm like, no, I'd rather gas up and just drive wherever I need to go from here on out. Like, if it's a necessity, I'll fly. If I definitely come to the AT, I'm definitely driving. Like,
yeah, I feel it. I mean, I understand. I mean, New York is kind of like a distance to where it's out of reach, but like Maryland, yeah, my family will normally, when we used to go to Maryland a lot back home, we would drive as well. Like the airport is crazy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I just don't think about driving. It's like I don't think about driving. Y'all hijackers in ATL, y'all they on a total different ball game. I heard. Like they be snatching these Hellcats and these cats like they nothing for real. Is that true?
That's
Yeah,
very true.
I mean,
I witnessed it.
I mean,
witnessed it while
like
I was there.
I don't really have a friend that hasn't had something, car window, something taken. I remember one time they broke in my grandma's car at my house and they took her prescription glasses. We was like, what were you gonna do with them?
What?
You can't, they don't work for you. Like what you just want them just to want them. Like, but yeah, I keep hearing Atlanta's like the robbery capital of America. Like most places, like I would say like DC, Chicago and stuff, you're more likely to get shot, I guess, but Atlanta's definitely robbery capital.
Oh yeah. Everybody's there to make a dollar. Like when I was on one of the exits, there was
Water Boys?
yeah, yeah. You already knew what I was about to say. They was up and down the exit trying to get them. They had Gatorades, they had ice cold water, they even had candy. Like I was like, yo, they out here hustling for real, man. So yeah, shout out to the Water Boys. I see y'all out there hustling, man.
I just had to ask because like I bought a car and then that's when I found out that that's the worst place to take my vehicle to. So I was like, you know what?
For sure. I mean, I don't know how most places work because again, I've been here so long, but like I just know general rules. Don't have anything showing in your car. Like if you have a bag, if you have a jacket, put it in the trunk and put it in the trunk before you get to where you're going. Because somebody might see you putting it in there after after you park and you open your trunk, put your stuff in there. Like, well, it must be something in the trunk. So make sure before you leave your house. And it's sad that you even got to do that. But like before you leave your house, make sure there's nothing visible. If you're going to leave a book bag, jacket, make sure it's not like you can look in the windows and see. And even then, like my friend car got broken into last week. They hit the whole parking deck. Like it didn't matter what you had going on. That was like 2 weeks ago, and they took his gun and everything, and he had to buy a new one. So, and that's the main thing. They're looking to take guns more than anything else than money. They're looking for guns.
Yep. That's something I realized. That's what I was like, because and then I noticed like what Sweezy was saying, like the hustle game is different there. Like it's almost like being in DC for real, because you got cats doing this here, cats doing that there. I heard like
oh yeah, for sure.
Shorty from here moved down there and she started a whole business. I was like, what's up? You couldn't do that here? And it's like, no, it's more traffic and then the culture's different. I was like, I see the money bag.
It's Black Mecca. It's Black Mecca. It's definitely like it's Black Hollywood. It's Black Mecca. Like for Black businesses, I forgot some statistics somewhere. It was like the largest percentage of Black-owned businesses by far in like America. It's literally just if you're Black and you want to succeed, Atlanta is a great place to start, especially music and having people to like relate to. Because I mean, it's everywhere. It's I wouldn't say it's segregated, but like there's a lot of places where it's like all black, all white. Then you go to other places, maybe all white. But generally, like my high school, I went to Westlake, and I'm one of the more uppity schools in the area. Like we had tag, we had AP courses, all of that type of stuff, compared to other schools that just didn't have it really at all. And my school was still like maybe 5 non-Black people. Like it's just. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to go to New York, because I wanted to be able to like, meet new people, different cultures, different accents.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not sure if y'all pay attention to Anthony Edwards, but I mean, he's super Atlanta. And like whenever somebody with a different accent asks him a question in the meeting, he's like, what? Like, can you repeat it? And like that would have been me before I went to New York. Like you just not used to running into anything but people that look exactly like us pretty much all the time. I mean, I can do a whole day of errands, Walmart, grocery shop, buy clothes, and never run into anybody other than Black people.
Very diverse.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like a melting pot in downtown, and then after that, it's literally all black, all white, all black, all white. Like it's like really no blend. I forgot there was a word for it. There was a melting pot. Oh, toss salad. That's what they call it. It's a toss salad city. Forgot.
Okay.
Toss City.
There's a word for it. There's a specific term for it.
Hey, yeah. Because when I was in Atlanta, I saw all types of people there as well, man. It's basically like New York in a way,
Yeah, you just like Midtown, downtown.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, nah, but like Midtown, downtown, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I saw. That's why I saw all the most of the diversity was at up in there and whatnot.